August 10th, 258. The blazing sun scorches the eternal city. A crowd gathers in morbid curiosity, shielding their eyes from both the glare of the sun and the horror they are about to witness. Soldiers drag a young man, barely 30, his wrists bound in heavy chains. His feet stumble on the hot stones. His robes are torn. Yet, he walks with a serenity that defies reason. Before him awaits a monstrous iron grill suspended above burning embers. The soldiers tighten the ropes binding his arms and legs, stretching him upon the glowing metal. The embers glow red. The smell of burning flesh begins to drift through the square. Everyone waits for the screams, the pleas for mercy, but what happens next will echo through centuries. Lawrence. Turn me over. This side is already roasted. This is the story of St. Lawrence, the man who was roasted alive and smiled in death. Lawrence was born around 25 AD in the Roman province of Hispania, present-day Spain. From his earliest days he was marked by piety and learning. Raised by devout Christian parents, he excelled in theological studies in Caesar Augusta, today's Zaragoza. It was here that fate guided him to a meeting that would change his life. He met a brilliant scholar, a future leader of the underground church, Sixtus. When Sixtus was appointed bishop, and later Pope Sixtus II, Lawrence followed him to Rome. Their bond was not just that of student and teacher, it was spiritual kinship. In 257 AD, Pope Sixtus II appointed Lawrence as Archdeacon of Rome, the highest rank among the 7 deacons. This was no ceremonial title. Lawrence became custodian of the church's greatest responsibilities, managing its treasures, distributing alms to the poor, caring for the sacred relics and vessels. But this was also the most dangerous time to be a Christian in Rome. Emperor Valerian unleashed brutal edicts in 257 and 258 AD. All bishops, priests, and deacons were ordered to renounce Christ or die. On August 6, 258, while celebrating the Eucharist in the catacombs of Praetextatus, Pope Sixtus II was seized and beheaded alongside 4 of his deacons. When Lawrence heard the news, he ran to his beloved mentor, tears streaming down his face. Lawrence. Father. Where are you going without your son? Holy priest. Where are you going without your deacon? Pope Sixtus. Weak smile, prophetic. I do not leave you, my son. I merely go ahead. In 3 days, you will follow me. With Pope Sixtus executed, the Roman prefect turned his eyes to Lawrence. He knew this young deacon was the treasurer of the church. The empire's greed burned hotter than any flame. Prefect, bring me the treasures of your church. You have 3 days, fail, and you will die in agony. Lawrence, give me 3 days, and I will gather all its treasures for you. For 3 days, Lawrence moved swiftly across Rome, but not to collect golden chalices or silver candlesticks. Instead, he distributed them all to the poor. He fed the hungry, clothed the naked, saved nothing for himself or for the prefect. On the appointed day, Lawrence returned to the prefect's palace. Behind him followed a procession of the poor, the blind, the crippled, the sick, the outcasts of Roman society. Lawrence, behold, the treasures of the church. The prefect felt mocked, humiliated, furious beyond measure. In his fury, the prefect ordered Lawrence to reveal the real treasures. But the deacon stood firm. "Lawrence, these people are Christ's true wealth. You may kill me, but you will never possess what you seek. Prefect, then you shall die, roasted alive, slowly, until you scream for mercy." The soldiers prepared an enormous iron grill. Under it, they stacked hot coals until the metal glowed red. Lawrence's robes were ripped away. His body was stretched across the grill, limbs bound tight to prevent movement. The pain was unimaginable. His flesh sizzled against the iron. The smell of burning skin filled the square. Yet, no screams came, no cries for mercy. Instead, with unimaginable courage, Lawrence turned his head, his voice calm and clear. "Lawrence, turn me over. This side is already roasted." With those words, he cemented himself in eternity, a man whose faith burned brighter than the flames consuming him. Lawrence's body was secretly buried by fellow Christians. Over his grave rose the Basilica of San Lorenzo in Rome. His story inspired kings to build grand cathedrals, painters to immortalize his courage, and poets to praise his unwavering faith. He became the patron saint of the poor, of cooks, and of all who endure suffering with dignity. Every August, when the meteor showers blaze across the summer sky, they are called the Tears of St. Lawrence, reminding us of the man who smiled in the face of the cruelest torture and transcended death itself.